The last time I interviewed Dan Musser III was 4 years ago with his dad inside the parlor of what Travel and Leisure magazine recently called one of the top 500 hotels in the world. At that time, the Musser family was celebrating their 75th year as proud owners of the Grand. But this year, I talked to Dan about another historic milestone of the building that attracts more than 130,000 guests every season. Dan Musser, thanks for joining us. 125 years. That's a milestone.
It is a milestone.
How are you and your family feeling?
Proud. Proud that customers and guests have trusted enough to enable us to open up every season for 125 years through 2 world wars to one depression, one almost depression. So yeah, we feel proud. We feel proud of the over 150 staff members that have been with us for more than 10 years that make our place work. So we're excited about it. We've got a bunch of great stuff planned and looking forward to a good summer.
This is history. If this building could talk, I can only imagine the stories that it would tell. Some that probably we would want to publish, and maybe some we would not want to. This is a family show, so we'll keep it in the safe zone. What are you doing special to celebrate and commemorate 125 years?
Well, we did a couple things to the hotel and our property. We built new stables this year for our horses.
Horses appreciate that.
They do very much. And we also created a founder's suite. The land that the hotel sits on was originally owned by Senator Stockbridge. And the heirs of his estates gave us some of his furniture. So we created some existing space into what we're calling the founder's suite that overlooks the bridge. And then we put together a coffee table-sized book commemorating. We've been working on it for 2 years and getting ready for this anniversary. And then throughout the season, we have 2 events. On the actual birthday, which is July 10th, we have a 125-foot long birthday cake planned, which is a lot of butter and eggs.
So cholesterol just went through the roof for a lot of people.
We're hedging butter right now, and we're going to serve that to whoever's at the hotel at the time, whether it's day visitors or hotel guests. And then that weekend following it, on July 13th and 14th, will be our official celebration. We still have rooms available, so if anyone still wants to come, we have John Pizzarelli, the great jazz guitarist, is going to play one evening. We have fireworks. We have bocce ball, golf tournaments, all those things. We're going to have a panel with my family. That might not be so exciting.
It will be.
But well, and then I'm going to recognize about 150 individuals that have been with us for more than 10 years, working for us for more than 10 years, just briefly, and give them all a little something, appreciation, but to acknowledge the fact that we have a wonderful facility. We're in a beautiful setting, historic setting, a unique island with only horse-drawn conveyance or bicycle, but it's the people that make us work. That evening, we're going to have what we're calling the Governor's Gala, and fortunately, Governor Snyder will be working in Asia on a trade mission. He has a short video we're going to show. Governor Calley will be there, and then former governors Milliken, Engler, and Blanchard will be on hand, which I don't think happens too often.
No, probably not.
Obviously, their connection with the summer residents here and all they've done for the state, we're thrilled they're going to be here, and it's going to be a fun weekend.
That is going to be historic. What has been the biggest challenge? Your dad is still involved, but he's handed a lot of the responsibilities off to you. You're probably thinking about how do I groom that next generation. But as you look back and you think on day-to-day, keeping this place functional, keeping it as one of the top resorts in the world, how do you do that?
Well, there's always a time in the, late winter, if I walk through our dining room and I see the sheets over all the tables and dust, and I look out over the straits and they're still half frozen, and I wonder, and there's no one for miles around, I wonder how in the world are we going to get guests to fill this room up, and how are we going to get qualified staff to serve it, and qualified professional staff to make good, honest food. And yet, it's that very challenge that I love, and I think that uniqueness that we do have, that we are closed for half the year, I think endears a lot of our staff members to come back, a lot of guests come back to see what's new, and yet some of the traditions that we hold on to. So there's always a point there that I do wonder for a minute, but I have such faith in the setting here. I think the structure itself inspires people good people to come do a good job and serve our guests, and I think in the long run that's going to work.
And how do you keep the chain hotels that like to go around and buy up wonderful properties like this and just add them to their list of umpteen number of hotels? How do you sort of keep them at bay from gobbling up what has been protected and nurtured by a family?
Well, it's a way of life, and I do feel a little bit like we're caretakers, not owners of it. But we have been approached in the past, but we like being independent. We think that having a point of view, maybe not everyone agrees with it, but a point of view, and we can act pretty quickly. And I think that's important in a seasonal business. And it's one that I think has helped us, has served us well over the years. My great uncle had kind of full control, and my dad did, and now I do. Certainly I build consensus within our family to make on big decisions, but I have the ability to make a decision pretty quick, and I think that helps our, a small or a small, medium-sized business survive.
Final question. Tourism is a major industry for this state. It brings in a lot of money. Certainly we promote it a lot.
Yes.
If you could send a message to the movers and shakers about what they should do that perhaps they're not doing, or they should continue to do that they are currently doing, what would that message be to protect what you have here?
Well, I just want to completely commend and thank Governor Snyder for one of the first things he did when he was elected to find a permanent way to fund Pure Michigan. We've been involved since my great uncle in the 20s trying to promote the state. We strongly feel these are the first ads that not only are effective, they're really, really good. They work. They return every tax dollar, we think 3 to 1, even if it's only 2 to 1. It was at a time during the recession that we particularly needed it. So our traditional base has been able to grow, and our outstate markets that we've been in for many years gives us credibility when the state put those beautiful ads out there and continue to. So my message would be to keep funding Pure Michigan and keep that going for the whole industry. There's no question it helps all of us.
Dan Musser, happy anniversary, and hope that we'll be standing here on the 150th anniversary.
Well, that's a deal. That's a deal.
All right, all right. I may have a lot more gray hair, but
well,
what the heck.
Mine can't get any more gray. So.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.